Today I'm doing a quick update on the Dive Rite BX2 dive torch. It's a 1000 lumens aluminium dive torch with a very tight 4-degree beam angle and a rotary twist mechanism to turn the torch on and off. It's waterproof to 150 meters. Recently, they switched to this 18650 3500 mAh lithium battery from Xtar. So what's in the box? You get the torch and the lanyard. I've attached a bolt snap. Inside the torch is the new Xtar 18650 3500 mAh lithium battery. This is a step up from the old battery, which was an EWVA 18650 3400 mAh lithium battery. Now don't get me wrong, the EWVA was a good battery. The Xtar is just better. The kit comes with an Xtar MC1 USB charging cradle. Just plug the micro USB cable into the cradle and the other end into a computer or a phone charger. This solves the problem of the previous charger only being suitable for US power outlets. You also get a pair of replacement O-rings, operating manual and charger manual. I've used a stainless split ring to attach a bolt snap and a lanyard, and before anyone complains about steel-on-steel connections on my BCD, the D-rings can be cut in an emergency without causing any other issues. The lanyard size is good. Let's look at the light output. This torch outputs an impressive amount of light and is sustained for over 100 minutes with only a 25% drop in output, with over 2 hours runtime still having 50% of its initial brightness. Battery performance seems okay looking at the volts and the amps. But it's only when you compare the new battery to the old battery that you realise the improved and sustained output. I could do 2 45-minute dives with this torch and not notice any real drop in output. The volts draw is about the same and the current draw is slightly increased. This improvement comes from the change in battery. I recently reviewed and compared the OrcaTorch D700 with the Dive Rite BX2, and I'm only happy to admit that the BX2 is my favourite torch. When you compare the output of the BX2 to the D700, the BX2 is marginally brighter, but more importantly, the BX2 sustains a good output better than the D700. Now I feel I must clearly explain the difference between torch beam angles. If you have a 1000 lumen light source with a tight beam angle of 4 degrees, the light will seem brighter than the same powered light source at a greater beam angle, like 6 degrees. Although the narrower beam angle is brighter, it produces a smaller spot. So that's why the smaller 1000 lumen BX2 with a 4 degree beam angle can produce a brighter illumination than the D700. But keep in mind, the spot of the BX2 is smaller than the D700. The more powerful D700 at 1700 lumens with a wider beam angle of 6 degrees produces slightly less brightness, but the spot is larger. I don't mind the very tight 4 degree beam angle of the BX2, but some people may find it too small and prefer the larger spot of the D700. Looking at the battery performance, the volts are similar, but the BX2 has a more efficient amp draw. So how different are they underwater? The left spot seems slightly brighter, but it's a line ball call. These spots are extremely similar. The torch on the left is the BX2 and the one on the right is the D700. Again, it might be hard to tell, but the spot on the right seems bigger than the spot on the left. The larger spot is the advantage of the D700. So in conclusion, my biggest gripe was with the American-only charger. That's now been fixed by the Xtar USB charger. I was very happy with the torch performance before, but now with the Xtar 3500 mAh battery, this torch has stepped up another level. So would I buy another BX2? Well, that's exactly what I did. Unfortunately, my original BX2 is sitting on the bottom of the ocean floor, so I had no hesitation in replacing it with another BX2, and it was a pleasant surprise to see the upgrade since my last purchase.